RDC car park, and the best suggestion that I've heard so far is that we use it for bicycles. Not those taking part in the Tour de France, but other ones. It would be a very good place to put bicycles. And I'm very supportive of this Tour de France. And I say we keep going with the, we've got another meeting of, we had 22 people at the original meeting, now cut down to about 8, 10. We're having another meeting of that team very shortly to discuss. We're going to have bands in the middle of the day, because it's fine otherwise it's going through, but for several hours before they appear, and quite a lot of hours after they disappear, and people can't get away. So we made quite a lot of ideas about how to entertain them.
Thank you for that, Tony. I'm similarly involved in a delivery team in Cause. Ahead of the Tour de France, the cyclists themselves, and something that 30% of the people come along to spectate, they're not so interested in the cyclists, they're interested in the entourage that actually precedes the cyclists. It can be a 10-kilometre procession of various floats, various lorries, commercial firms, throwing goodies over to this crowd as they go along. Yes, I know you might say that, but this is what people go for. They take their youngsters along, they stand there, they get rugby balls, they get tennis, they get leaflets, they get vouchers from McDonald's, and so on and so forth. And for some, that is the Tour de France. They're not very interested in the cyclists, they're interested in what comes ahead of it. And that's a 10-kilometre, I'm told, entourage procession. That runs 2.5 hours ahead of the actual tour itself. When the cyclists come, they're through in 30 seconds flat, something like that. So that's what people are going to be going along and enjoying. The mind boggles, to be honest. It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Councillor McMullen.
No, it doesn't matter, Councillor Blackie. I was just a bit confused. I thought that Councillor Duck was on the wrong, talking about the wrong one. He was talking about 8 point whatever, and I thought we were on the other one, but it doesn't matter.
No, there was a bit of confusion. We are talking about the one where we're talking about the contribution. The contribution to Welcome to Yorkshire. Tony, would like to come back?
So very quickly, I see a comment here from this meeting. Portaloos, 20 people to one toilet. So this was considerable. So we are planning for Portaloos. And also, as I said, fields for people to park in. That was just a comment.
Therefore, then we need 20 into 300,000 Portaloos. Is a lot of Portaloos, isn't it? Kenny.
Thank you, Chair. I've got 2 questions. Are we in possession of a specific map of the route?
Not yet.
The Tour de France going through our area? Or if we aren't, when are we liable to see it?
Mid-October. With the actual...
October?
Mid-October with the final detail, which is non-negotiable. There may be some minor changes to the route, but I don't think there's anything dramatic.
Right. Leading on to that, once we've got that map, these figures of 300 and something thousand is that's quite frightening, really, in the area. Are North Yorkshire Police aware of that sort of number? Because it involves all the parking, the roads, you know, one way, no way, and all the rest of it. That will take an awful lot of organising.
I think there has been some discussion in the press. Julia Mulligan, the PCC, is estimating that the additional policing cost will come to £500,000. Nick, can you update us in any of that at all or not? Are you aware of it?
Sorry, who's Julia Mulligan? No, I can't. Julia Mulligan never mentions anything to do with Richmondshire when I was a meeting. In fact, she even admits Richmondshire when she's reporting the annual report about matters that concern.
In short, the policing costs have not been moved? Has it been seconded? I think it was. All those in favour? So that deals with 9A, thank you for that. 9B, which is ahead in the agenda. Would you like to speak to that, Tony?
Yes, Chairman. It's really a follow on to the item we just discussed, really. There is, as you probably picked up again in the media, Park Authority, Wales National Park Authority, have been promoting a scheme to support parish councils predominantly in the park area who are wanting to organise events, activities linked to the Tour de France. In discussions with the leader and deputy leader, it was suggested that Richmondshire should develop a scheme that could also work perhaps complementary to the park scheme to support communities, not just parish councils, but communities who want to organise activities and events. And what this report does is actually set out a suggested scheme using COF funding to actually support communities in the lead up to the Tour de France and in any activities that they might want to organise. So suggested limit of £500 per community. But Chairman, we think it's probably a really good initiative to show our support to the tour and to help communities also support the tour and their activities.
Thank you for that, Tony. Again, we want to engage at community level. We want to make sure that those communities who have been blessed with the tour actually running through their boundaries should have every best opportunity of showing themselves off to a worldwide audience of thought to be 3.5 billion, plus the 300,000 people who are there on the day. I do not think we're going to limit it exactly to the route itself. One or two communities obviously adjacent to the route will want to show off because clearly there's going to be a lot of visitors milling around. So the scheme in front of you for approval tonight, I'd like to move it. There's 20,000 in the pot. That's going to be able to help 40 communities at £500 each. If those communities are in the national park, they may be lucky enough to be able to apply to national park as well and get £500 from there. It's £1,000. That would be a very useful input into whatever celebrations you're going to arrange on the day and up to the day, because there will be a lot of people milling around in the week prior to the actual tour itself and possibly a few days afterwards. Russell.
Thank you, Chair. This is a great initiative. It shows that we are engaging with the communities in and around the route, which yet to be decided officially. I'm happy to support this 100% and second the motion, Chair.
Any other contribution? No?
Well, in theory, I support the idea of the 20,000. I find the allocation just slightly off balance. You'll have some communities who will have a huge amount of effort and time to put in. For instance, Labour is one of the main centres to come through, yet it seems to be limited to the same amount of money as all the smaller villages, despite the fact of the huge effort that it's already having to put in. And I also have slight concerns over some communities being able to get double funding while others are limited, even though their population sizes are larger. I'm just wondering how to make it fairer so that the huge efforts that some communities who have had no choice but have this thrust upon them, how can they sort of get more than the small £500, and how are you going to make sure that it's not going to end up with double funded communities up the Dales, but communities down the Dales only being able to apply for a single £500 go? How do you make sure that this level of support is fair and equal for all communities?
Well, in terms of Labour, no doubt they can apply to their Labour and Town Council, who do actually have quite a lot of funds and may